I just want to let the people know that when you start working, you give up your freedom. Yeah, just let that sink in, because I just realized that this fucking morning and had a mental breakdown. Oh, but guess what? Actually, doesn't matter what the fuck happens. It doesn't matter if you got no sleep. It doesn't matter if your fucking dog died. It doesn't matter if your mom got cancer. Bitch, you still have to go to work every single fucking day. And if you don't want to go to work, you can't just not show up. You can't, like, I actually have to ask my boss basically, like, oh, can I have a day off? Like, what is this shit? Oh my god. Like, I'm actually about to lose my fucking grip on sanity because I just realized this shit. Like, I literally have no control whatsoever over my life at this point. And if I do want to have control, I have to quit. I have to quit my job if I want to take more than like a week off unannounced, and go on a vacation, because God forbid I enjoy my life as a 21-year-old sexy hot ass bitch. God forbid I want to do something else than sit at a fucking desk and no. So as I'm about to walk into work, I will flush these thoughts out into this video and let y'all know what the tea is, because that's the tea. And I feel like somebody should have told me this before I started working. Like, I graduated on a fucking Sunday, started working on Monday type shit. Nobody let me know, and now I'm doing this until I'm dead. So
Week 2, day 1 of working a full-time job, and I'm not meant to work. I'm not meant to work. I wanted to cry all day today. I got home and I just laid in bed because now I don't have any free time to like do anything creative with my life. Like, I hate to say that, but I had to go down to posting 1 YouTube video a week because I'm like, I don't have any time to fucking ponder my thoughts anymore, and I can't even post YouTube videos because how the fuck are you supposed to do that? Also, I should preface this. I can work full-time. I just need 2 part-time jobs to be able to do the full-time. I get bored. Like, I can't... I don't know what it is about me either, and I know I sound like a fucking crybaby-ass bitch. Like, all of us have to fucking work. I get it, dude. I don't want to do it, though. Straight up, I don't want to do it. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I don't even like to lay in my bed all day. Like, that's not even what I like to do with my day. I will go up and get out and go do things, but like working, brother in Christ.
I'm one of those people where I don't care how broke I am. I will never want extra hours at a job. I will never cover for anyone. I really want to work as least as possible. Whenever bosses say, do you want extra hours, or like, do you want to work these days? Absolutely not. And I hate when they act like they're gifting it to me. Like, would you like more hours? That is like throw up to me. Absolutely. Like, I really would love less hours. I would rather be extremely broke with free time than rich and working all the time. I really hate working, like hate. I think I'd be better off as like a farmer, or honestly like a landscaper. I think that I like that better because it's actual work.
Anybody else in their early 20s just having the utmost fucking difficulty figuring out what you want to do with your life? I'm not saying I thought that I would have it all figured out by now, but I'm pissed off because I know exactly what the fuck I don't want. I don't want what I have right now. A 9-to-5 job where I wake up at the ass crack of dawn, get myself ready, and head to my little fucking rat laboratory where I sit at a desk for 8 hours a day. And basically, I'm like a hamster on a fucking wheel. I don't want that. I don't want it. And I'm just so tired of her being like, oh, stability, your 9-to-5 job's stable, secure. Bitch, I don't want security! You know what the fucking security and stability is from a 9-to-5 job? Living in the fucking suburbs and driving a Honda. Not that either of those things are bad, but I don't want it! I don't want to be normal. I don't want to be fucking normal. I want to do something for myself that I feel at the end of the day I'm successful. Even if I fail, I want to look back on my life and be like, I didn't spend my whole life locked up in a fucking office. Help.
Reason number 4 why I hate 9-to-5 jobs is because when I was an aerospace engineer, my daily take-home pay was like $300 if you average it out over 2 weeks. And my problem isn't with that actual number. My problem is with how you increase that number, or the options available to increase that number. So if I just become an amazing employee and come up with some crazy invention or something that makes the company $100 million a year more in profit somehow by being some sort of genius, I'm not, but let's just say I was, what would I get in return for that? A pat on the back? Maybe a little certificate? But you wouldn't see anything other than maybe a slight little raise. As an employee, your pay is not directly tied to the performance of the business. And while yes, little things exist here and there like bonuses or profit sharing, that's not the norm. The only way to make more money as an employee or an engineer is to either 1, job hop a bunch and be disloyal to any company that you go to and that you work for and just try to bump your salary up that way, or 2, you just have to wait a really long time, a couple decades, and hope that the wage increases you get outpace the level of inflation. But guess what? They probably won't. This is my problem with being an engineer and just 9-to-5 employment in general, and that's why I escaped it 5 years ago. You are not fairly compensated for the value that you provide to whoever you work for. Not just that, but your options for increasing that compensation are pretty much non-existent.
Is it normal to genuinely feel so exhausted after you get home from work? Like, I physically cannot do a 9 to 5. I don't, like, at this point, it's not even a joke. Like, genuinely, I think if I had a job that I could work from home, like, at least some days of the week and, like, just be on my own, I would be okay. But I work all day with adults with special needs, and I absolutely adore them, love them so much, but I am so exhausted, like, and then I can't even, like, enjoy my evening how I would want to. I don't know if anyone else is in the same boat, but, like, I'm really struggling.
Picture this. You wake up at 6:30, you do all the things that you need to do. You have to shower, get ready for work, walk your dogs, do all of those morning things. Eat breakfast, it's the most important meal of the day. You have a little bit of a commute. It's only like 20 minutes, so you feel really lucky about that. You're a little stressed out at all times though, because work is a little stressful and you work 40 hours a week, but you only get paid like $40,000, which is average for the normal American. However, you're paying about $2,200 in rent with your boyfriend. Although you're working so much and you're so exhausted all the time, you can barely pay your bills and all the stuff. So you're just like constantly in this state of stress. But anyways, you can't think about that because you have to go to work. So then you get there at around 9, a little bit early because it's good to get there early. But then you realize, oh my goodness, you forgot lunch. And you can't really afford to like DoorDash one to you. So you have to take your lunch break. And the only reason that makes you mad is because then that means that you don't get off till 6, because it's not really a 9 to 5, it's like a 9 to 6 if you want to take a lunch break, You take like a 30-minute lunch break, but then you literally have so much work to do, so you just get back to work and start working and end up going home around 6. It's a little bit of a commute, like I said, so with traffic and the time you get off, you don't really get home till like 6:30, which is really good, and you're really grateful because that's like not a huge commute. And you have to go straight home because you have dogs, and so you have to like let them out to go pee. Get home and you take them all on a walk, and by this time it's been like 45 minutes because you've said hi to them and you've taken them on their walk. It's like 7:15 and you're disgusting from the workday, so you really want to take a shower. Your boyfriend's not home yet, so you just take a shower real fast. It's a quick shower because you have other things that you need to do. And so then you decide to start cooking. You start cooking. It's around like 8:30 now. Your boyfriend's finally home, so you guys eat about 9 at this point, and you remember that you need to make your lunch for the next morning and that you need to do your laundry. Oh, and you hate going to bed with like the dishes still in the sink, so you like to do the dishes. So at this point, it's around 10 o'clock when you're finally ready to go to bed. And your neck and back are in excruciating pain, and you realize that you haven't done one athletic thing in the entire day. And so you decide, okay, fine, I'll go to a workout class tomorrow. But then you can't decide if you want to go early in the morning or if you want to go after work, because either way, you either miss sleep and you're going to be tired throughout the day, or you don't get home till 7:30 and your dogs are going to shit on the floor. So then you get up and you have to like make your gym bag for the morning because you're not going to probably have time in the morning to do that. And then you finally get to go to sleep. Oh, I forgot. You finally like kiss your boyfriend and say, hi, how are you? And you kind of talked a little bit over dinner, but like, you're too tired to, do anything else. So you just like go to bed. And then you wake up and you do that again. And then you do that again until you're 65.
Let me get this straight. I'm supposed to accept having like a quarter to half of my paycheck taxed every paycheck when I have to dedicate 40 to 50 hours a week doing something I don't want to do for every job that I've worked. And I have nothing to show for any job that I've worked because they don't pay enough. But the money that you do make is taxed, so you're losing like half of that. And all these benefits, you mean the high deductible healthcare plans that you end up paying so much out of pocket for, and they're taking money out of every single paycheck when you're not even sure if you're going to use your health insurance that month, but you have to opt in or else you don't get it for that entire year. And I'm supposed to be grateful for a company that gives me like maybe a couple days off most for my paid time off for like the entire year, and like barely any sick days or any time off to function. And we're basically sacrificing all of our time with our family, our loved ones, our personal and self-development, our health, our wellness, and our creativity because we're spending like 85+% of our time working and still struggling to just achieve anything, still struggling to afford life, even though you've given your all to this job and all the jobs before that. And I'm supposed to sit here and be grateful. How have we not realized that taxation is theft And how have we not like boycotted this? Like, is anybody actually happy working 50 hours a week? Is anybody actually happy? Is it fulfilling anybody? Maybe some people are actually making enough money where it's fulfilling, but can you imagine how the people feel who have made less than $20 an hour for their entire lives? Because we didn't go to school, because maybe some of us were too busy working to ever finish school, so we couldn't. And a lot of us are in student debt. I'm happy that I'm not in debt, at least, but like then people have to deal with that on top of everything. Yeah. And you're telling me that we haven't been brainwashed into a certain system, because life shouldn't be this way.
How am I expected to work a 9 to 5 every single day when I have not done 8 hours of anything in the last 4 years? I did not go to 5 days of class throughout any semester of college. I always had at least one day completely off. And most of the time, I only had classes on Tuesday, Thursday. Yes, I did that on purpose. So I'm used to going to about an hour and a half of class on Tuesday, Thursdays. And that is all. The rest of the time was up to me. And now I'm expected to go to the same building every day, Monday through Friday, for 8 hours, sometimes more. That is 40 hours of my life every week, if you were wondering. Usually about 45. And it takes 30 minutes to get there and 30 minutes to get back, so add that on there as well. My life consisted of doing whatever I wanted to for 4 years. All the time. Every day was the weekend. You could do whatever you wanted. Homework was always weighing on your shoulders, which I'm glad I don't have that anymore. But how am I expected to just jump right into that? And it's about to be summer, and this is going to be my first summer ever having a full-time job, and I literally don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how that's going to go. People are going to be out on the lake. People are going to be... My mom and sister are both teachers, so they're going to be out. And I'm going to be in the same building when it's pretty outside. When the UV index is above a literal 7, I'm going to be at work. Dagger to the heart. And I know I'm literally 23 and like most people have been doing this their whole lives and stuff, but like, woo! I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that. I'm not. No matter how much I love my job, I'm simply not built to do the same thing every single day. All day. Nope. Another thing about it is that if I woke up one day and I didn't want to go to class, I didn't have to. I would just skip. And I did that a lot, frequently, even though I literally only had 2 days of class a week. I didn't go most of the time. Do I regret it? Absolutely not. My only regret is that I didn't skip more. But if you wake up and you don't want to go to your job, too bad. You'll get fired if you don't go. Like, just having a hard time with this transition. Love my job. Do not get that wrong. Don't get it twisted. But I just literally, little bit of a different vibe going on here. I don't know if I was ready for it.
So I've just finished work. I work a regular 9 to 5. I work in a desk. I work in an office. And one thing I've noticed recently these past couple of weeks since daylight savings has finished is an unspoken, depressing reality of working 9 to 5. When it's winter here in Sydney, it gets darker a lot quicker and the days are a lot shorter. And when you finish work, there's just something so depressing about the sun already being set when you finish work. Like, it's dark, the sun is literally set, you miss the sunset, you didn't even get to see the sun that day at all, barely. I don't know if it's because of our circadian rhythm or it's just simple human biology, but there's just something so depressing about it already being dark and the day's over. I don't mean it's in the day's over as in like you have to go to bed as soon as you get home. Obviously you can work in your hustle till midnight, go to the gym, do what you have to do. But like that literal day is over. Like there's no more sun, it's just nighttime where you have to wait till the next morning now.
Today was one of those days where I felt like life is just passing me by and I'm not doing anything with it. Like, it is actually insane how monotonous life can get as an adult. Specifically, if you work a 9 to 5, like Monday through Friday, we are literally the definition of insane. We get up, go to work, go to the gym, come home, and go to bed. What kind of life is that? And then let's not forget that Saturdays are basically spent the entire day running errands, doing everything that you didn't have time to do Monday through Friday. And then Sunday comes and you get the Sunday scaries because you're like, oh, I have to do this whole routine over again. Like, where is the time to actually live and enjoy life? And I just don't understand, like, is this really what our purpose of existence is? To just, like, do the same thing over and over again? Like, when you think about it, most people are insane because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And like, yeah, you can change up your routine here and there. You can do something different in the morning, something different at night. But if we're talking about as a collective whole, like going from the day we're born to the day we die, I feel like we spend majority of our lives just doing this rat race. And it quite honestly eats me alive, because if I were to be on my deathbed right now, I don't know if I could honestly say that I'm proud of the life that I lived, because there are so many things that I want to accomplish and do, and it's like, how am I supposed to find the time to do that with all of the other things that I'm required to do as a citizen and a working person? It's just like, life is going to waste, and I don't want to waste my life because I actually really enjoy life, and I know there's so many things that I have yet to experience, but there's just such a disconnect between that versus what the expectations are as a human in this world. And it's like, how do you get out of that? Like, one of my biggest fears is getting old one day and being like, I didn't get to accomplish anything that I wanted because I simply couldn't. And that's why I feel like so many people in this world, specifically people in their 20s, I would even argue, feel like they're under so much pressure to get everything perfect and right all the time, because we are striving for this freedom that is like calling to us on the inside from our soul. And it's like, every day that goes by without me hitting a new goal or getting some big achievement, I feel like that day has gone to waste.
Something so weird about just like watching the world burn and like people suffer on the news on like social media. And then here I am also worrying about, work, having Sunday scaries, and knowing that I have to clock into my 9 to 5 the next day as if nothing's happening. There's something really weird about this whole corporate experience so far, post-college experience. I remember like in my college it said, like, they said, I think the slogan was like, be the change, or hold on, I need to figure out what the slogan is. Okay, I remember now. It's what starts here changes the world. I am not changing anything at this point, all right? Only thing I'm doing in this life is improving shareholder value.
We've normalized having only 2 days off. It really is just one day. Because for me, Sunday don't count. And Friday don't count either because I worked. So it's like, really, all you have is Saturday. For real. You know what I mean? Sunday, you're getting prepared for Monday, the new work week. Saturday, you finally get to enjoy yourself, because Friday, you may be trying to recover from work that you had earlier that day, right? And God forbid you don't get off till late in that day, like past 5. Ideally, I be wanting to get off at like 3:30 on a Friday. Anything past that, my day is gone. Like, let's just start the next day, And the next day you might be wanting to rest, right? When it comes to creating, like, you literally have to carve out time, scrape it together, do something, whatever you can do to put time and effort into building yourself up outside of your career, right? Because we're more than our careers. In reality, I don't think I was born to work.
Yeah, so I think I have officially decided to stop working 9 to 5, 5 days a week. I think I'm done. Like, we're told by like our parents and like people older than us that like this is just life, this is reality, and like you just have to accept it. Like, you're gonna work 5 days a week most of the day, and then you're gonna retire in your 60s. And fuck that. And like, even if you get to retire when you're 60, like, yay, like, you're old, lazy, smelly, your dick barely works, you're practically becoming Joe Biden. So yeah, fuck that. Thankfully and kind of unthankfully, my like best trait and maybe worst is I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll go sit on unemployment until I figure out something else I want, and when that dries up, then I'll just fucking figure it out. Worst comes to worst, I'll go bankrupt and I'll fucking move somewhere way cheaper than this country, close to the water, in a little fucking hut. But I'm 26, I got 4 years. So if I'm 30 and I still feel like this, then fuck, I'm cooked.